before I moved up to my nan's, before they bought the house at 11, we were in a 2-bedroom flat, and there were 3 of us, my sister, my brother and I, in a tiny room, a small bedroom, because Mum and Dad had the big room. And when you think that's how you're brought up, it's very, very different, just no space for anything. And my nan used to come over and spend all weekends there, and I would be in charge of the kids. When Mum wasn't there, I'd have to phone down Mum Raise Up or something. And I had a brother that was asthmatic as well, so that was all quite bad. He was seriously ill. So in lots of ways you're brought up quickly, but in other ways you're very young.
It was in New Zealand. I was teaching. I don't have very expensive tastes. I've used to being living on the bones of my bum all my life. So suddenly I could afford to deposit on a house, and this job allegedly was going to be forever. So yeah, why not? And it was just wasn't anything flash at all. But it was mine, and that's quite cool. That's quite fun. I got lodgers, and I took out unemployment insurance against getting laid off and all sorts of things, and I made sure that I was paying through the nose. And I actually, one way and another, I paid it off in 9 years, which is pretty good. I mean, I did live on kind of, muck and bullets, but that was my choice. Then when I paid it off, I realised that I had actually achieved a teenage dream, which was never to have to pay rent. So there are 2 ways of doing it. One is to sofa surf and annoy the out of all your friends, and the other one is to just go hard and buy something. But start really young.
Might be a while because it's so expensive now. Even to rent, it's quite expensive. So I think that I'd probably stay at home for a bit longer.
There was no such thing as credit rating. If you could prove that you had so much money coming in, then you could get a mortgage of so much, and as long as you put down a deposit and you used to save up for your deposit, and then continue on with the mortgage. Some people took out bank loans and did it that way, but we did get a mortgage with a building society.
Debt seems to be wiped off quite easily these days.
Well, I think a lot of people are in debt. It's all the time they're talking about. We live in an age. I remember my boss saying to me once, when the first credit cards came out in 70-ish.
Yes.
And he came into the office and he said, "This will be the undoing of thousands of people. Plastic." And it has been for some people, I suppose. But until then, from then on, people could afford things to have that they couldn't afford before. So,
no, the whole point was, if you didn't have the ready cash, you did without. It was as simple as that.
No, it's not easy to get out of debt. It's more that nowadays it's so complicated just to buy a house, or just buy a place. It's so complicated because you've got mortgages, stuff like that, debt that comes along with coming from university and everything. It's just all these little things that stop you from buying your own place and stuff like that.
Getting somewhere to live is difficult. People are staying at home a lot longer than they used to do. I think that social housing obviously is not as expensive as renting privately, and being a housing association, you are actually looked after a lot better. And I think selling social housing, I think is entirely wrong, because the more you sell, the less there is for those people that can't afford to rent privately or buy. And it's squeezing people out of getting somewhere to live. And I think it's a dangerous situation.
Throughout my life, I've had incredible ups and downs, and I just think sometimes it would be very nice to live life on this flat line. And the last time I've had breast cancer and illness, and I thought, I can't pull myself up again. But I have. You get there. Yeah, you get there. I don't know if I'd happen ever again. I don't know if I could pull myself back up again. For the first time in many, many years, I have great contentment, and that's living here. I think it's this is a healing place for me. I love the energy here. this is now, I'm happy here, and it's taken a long time to get there. Long time.